Picture the scene. You're at a dinner party, the conversation is flowing, and then, out of nowhere, someone casually drops a label on you. Selfish. Immediately, you feel the heat rise in your chest. Cortisol floods your system. Your brain screams that the truth is being distorted and that you must speak up right now to correct the record. That urge to clarify, to offer context, to justify your actions, it is a trap. Today, we are going to break down how to stop this biological panic in its tracks. You'll learn to use silence to shift the pressure back onto the attacker and strip them of their power. This reflex to provide evidence of your innocence starts young. When you are 5 years old and a towering authority figure, like a parent or a teacher, accused you of something, your literal survival depended on convincing them you were good. The only way to escape punishment was to explain. The human brain often fails to distinguish between a teacher's scolding and a colleague's jab. It uses the same old survival circuit. Because of this, when you rush to defend yourself today, you are treating your peers as if they hold that same life-or-death power over you. You are subconsciously looking for a not guilty verdict from someone who isn't actually your judge. The moment you open your mouth to explain yourself, you have already lost. The world doesn't judge you by the truth of your words. It judges you by the desperation of your delivery. Rushing to defend signals that your internal stability relies completely on their agreement, proving you prioritize being understood far above commanding their respect. We trap ourselves in what you can call the courtroom illusion. We walk through life treating everyday social friction like a legal trial, willingly stepping into the role of the defendant and pleading our case to an invisible jury. Niccolo Machiavelli understood a brutal reality about human dynamics. Power is never about objective facts or who is technically right. Power is about who holds the frame, who establishes the rules of engagement, and sets the boundaries of reality. The moment you defend yourself, you step into their frame. The Machiavellian countermove is to completely refuse the courtroom itself. When the attack comes, you do not provide evidence. You do not plead your case. You reject the premise that a trial is even taking place. When you stop treating the people around you like judges, their words lose their weight. Accusations stop sounding like binding sentences and downgrade into mere opinions, and opinions are just background noise. Let's rewind that dinner party interaction. The verbal spike hits. You're being incredibly selfish right now. The old you would jump to list everything you did for them yesterday. This time, you apply the first tactic, the void. You look right at them. You hold eye contact. You do not blink. You keep your face completely neutral, and you let the silence hang in the air for 3 to 5 full seconds without uttering a single syllable. During a conflict, the human brain is terrified of silence. It signals a rupture in the social fabric. By mirroring their energy back at them as a psychological vacuum, the tension becomes unbearable. Almost always, the attacker will start to crumble, speaking nervously just to fill the void, and ultimately defending their own aggression. If the situation absolutely requires words, use the second tactic, agree and amplify. If someone accuses you of being greedy, pushing back validates their absurdity. Instead, lean into it. With a flat face, tell them you actually swim in a vault of gold coins like Scrooge McDuck every Tuesday, and it is terrible for your back. By refusing to provide the expected friction of a defense, you cause their attack to pass right through you.
They lunge, and you simply step aside, pulling them completely off balance. It signals an amused mastery of the situation, proving you are completely secure and the one defining reality. Every conversation has a hidden architecture. Think of it as a strict rule of social physics. Whoever is asking the questions acts as the judge and holds the power, while whoever is answering acts as the defendant and loses status. To reverse this flow, use tactic 3, flipping the judge. If someone asks why you are always late, do not answer about traffic. Ask them, why does my arrival time affect your mood so deeply? You instantly force the spotlight off your actions and onto their emotional stability. Then there is the paradox of tactic 4, the fogging technique. You can steal an attacker's momentum by calmly agreeing with them. When you throw a rock into a dense fog bank, there is no thud and no rebound. The fog just swallows it. The nuance here is crucial. If someone yells, "You messed up this report, you're incompetent," you must separate the action from the label. You reply, "You're right, the report has errors, I'll fix it." You admit the factual mistake of the document, while completely ignoring the attempt at character assassination. Insecure people fight to the death to prove they didn't make a mistake. Admitting an error easily and moving on signals supreme, untouchable confidence. Without your resistance to fuel them, the attacker's desire for a fight is instantly neutralized. But there is a harsh limitation to this playbook. Dark psychology and verbal tactics are 20% words and 80% nonverbal delivery. If you attempt these tactics with a shaking voice, darting eyes, or an energy that begs to be liked, they will immediately fail and project extreme weakness. Tactics only go so far because they are fueled by your internal state. If an accusation makes you flinch, it's because it's hitting an existing nerve.
To stop the flinching, you have to find the nerve. This is where the concept of shadow work becomes essential. It's the process of identifying the insecurities you've been hiding from yourself so they can no longer be used as leverage against you. You have to look directly into your own darkness. You must own your capacity for selfishness, for cruelty, and for making mistakes. When you radically accept your own flaws, no one can ever leverage them against you. You cannot expose someone who has nothing left to hide. A state of total psychological transparency serves as the ultimate defense. When you have nothing left to hide, you no longer need the fortress of a defense. The arrows of judgment simply pass straight through you. I have a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, you are going to play the no defense game. No matter how small the accusation, you are absolutely forbidden from explaining yourself. If you are late, say you are late. Do not give the reason. Sit in the fire of letting people misunderstand you. Let the urge to manage their perception burn to ash. By doing nothing, you will watch the room shift. People are drawn to certainty, and this calculated silence will generate a magnetic aura that commands deep respect from everyone around you. Think about the people in your life right now. Which relationship do you anticipate will be the hardest to navigate during this 7-day challenge? A demanding boss? A highly critical partner? Or maybe even strangers? Let me know down in the comments. You are reclaiming your energy and plugging the leaks in your soul. If you are ready to stop acting like a prey animal in a world of predators and to step fully into the role of the sovereign, hit subscribe. Keep your mystery, keep your power, and keep your silence.